Evening, everybody. Happy Monday, January 13th. We'll get our meeting started at 7 p.m. Wow. Wow. Oh, yeah. And call to order at 7 and we'll do roll call.
President Valerie Reinfeller.
Here. Here.
Councilmember Matt Castiglia.
Present.
Councilmember Craig Draganovich.
Here.
Councilmember Deb Cassini Klein.
Is online.
She's online.
She's online. Hi, Deb.
Councilmember Shirley Blair Fuller is online as well.
Hi, Charlie. Yeah, that one.
And I do not see Councilmember Brooke Burchett Williams present.
That's a good time. All right.
Here.
And
Oh,
Mayor.
sorry.
And Mayor's here. And Mayor Paul.
myself over here.
I know you are. We'll do, stand up camp for pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and we'll start with public comment for Churchill Borough residents and taxpayers. We do not have anybody in person today, but if you are online and would like to speak, please raise your virtual hand. We will put you as a panelist and allow you 3 minutes to speak. Please state your name and your address. No. And we have 3 people online right now. One more second. All right, and we will close public comment. We'll move on to our item.
Madam President, motion to approve the meeting minutes from the December 2nd, 2024 council workshop meeting and the December 9th, 2024 regular council meeting.
Second. Don't fight, kids. Any discussion, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it carries. And Mr. Mayor, your report.
Thank you, Madam President. Chief has reported to me that there were no significant incidents during the month of December 2024. Our officers handled a total of 824 events this month, 11,178 year to date, consisting of calls of service and proactive patrol engagements and details affecting 5 arrests. The department's 5 police vehicles logged a total of 2,647 miles. The combined year to date total is 54,369 miles. Ticket summary for the month of December 2024 was 39, 2 non-traffic tickets, 16 parking tickets, and 21 traffic tickets. The magisterial fines for December 2024 were $1,108.35. The year-to-date total was $9,561.68. Both the Stuff and Store and Blue Santa toy giveaway events were once again tremendous success. Between the 2 events, tens of thousands of gifts were collected and distributed to families in need. From Stuff and Store, Churchill officers personally delivered more than 20 gifts to a local daycare center. At the Blue Santa event, the combined efforts of multiple police agencies, including the Churchill Police Department, distributed several thousand gifts to families throughout the region who attended the event, which was held this year at the Woodland Hills High School. The Churchill Police Department has been a proud participant since their inception. The Churchill Police Department has been an active participant in the East Hills Traffic Study Alliance Task Force since 2022. The task force is a collaborative effort involving multiple police agencies from Turtle Creek Valley Council of Governments. Throughout 2024, our officers participated in 71 details, totaling 208 hours of proactive enforcement to include DUI checkpoints, roving patrols, click it or ticket, buckle up, and aggressive driver enforcement. These efforts resulted in 301 traffic stops affected, wherein 205 traffic citations were issued, 93 written warnings, and 10 arrests. The arrests range from DUI offenders, the person is in possession with drugs and or firearms, persons with active arrest warrants, as well as fraudulent registration plates and inspection stickers. The Churchill Police Department will continue to be committed and dedicated participants of the task force in 2025. Details and other related statistics concerning the police department during the month of December 2024 are reported on the attached police department reports. Wishing all our residents and their families a happy and safe New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Madam President, motion to accept the mayor's report for January 2025.
Second.
Any discussion?
Thank you very much.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it carries. Moving on to our treasurer's report.
Madam President, motion to accept the treasurer's report for December 31st, 2024, and directing the finance officer pay the bills for the Borough of Churchill approved since December 10th, 2024.
Second.
As always, I would go to the large bill. Gateway Engineers. We have not had the entire bill yet.
The later, the billing was about 4,000 something for the month,
Okay,
so it wouldn't have been on board anyway.
would not be on the large bill list, exactly. So thank you very much. Bigliotti was $27,109.38. MRM Workers' Comp was $22,868.55. Dargo Salt, which is $13,692.22. Axon Police Equipment, which is the body cameras, was $12,826.24. And we are having fun with all this winter and snow and ice and fun, so
Yeah, we had to order,
we've never
never had to order salt like later, or we,
Early
or we
this year.
earlier.
earlier this year,
We've
yeah.
got a lot of
Yeah.
salt. Any, other discussion?
I would like to add my thanks to the finance committee and then staff, reviewing the finance report and notice that, you know, we ended the year last year, basically right on budget. I think we had revenues come in just very slightly, a little bit ahead of where our expenses did, but appreciate you all working hard to, you know, manage that in and out and make sure that we stay on budget and we're not, being, you know, fiscally irresponsible. So thank you for that effort and work.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate the staff and the committee for doing the hard work, so thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And it carries. Moving on to our action item number 6.
Madam President, motion to exonerate tax collector Daniel Weaver of 2024 taxes.
Second.
This is something we do every single year. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, Michelle? I mean,
It's just,
Yeah, excuse me, it just means that because she's just the current tax collector, the 2024s that are not paid will be turned over to Georgia taxes.
Yep. Thank you.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And it carries. Moving on to number 7.
Madam President, motion to authorize Borough Manager to advertise the ordinance amending section 93-1 of the Churchill Code to establish the Borough of Churchill tax collector salary for the term beginning in 2026.
Second.
Any discussion?
Madam President, the way this is set up now, you know, ideally, if there's a majority of council who knows what they want that magic number to be for the salary, you can tell us and we can have that on file after we advertise it. If you're not, if there's a majority or folks are not comfortable making that decision tonight, really the decision only has to be made at the time of the vote in February. And I did not set it up as a motion not to exceed, it's just simply a motion to advertise when establishing the salary. So we can advertise without doing that salary, but it's up to you. If you're ready tonight, great. If it's not until February, we can fill in the blank.
Any other comments? Thank you for that. And then Councilmember has some comments.
So, yeah, I appreciate that, Danielle, our current tax collector, took, you know, an opportunity to send over some information and share that with council. Michelle forwarded that today. So I think that had 6 or 7 kind of comparable municipalities and their salaries. And then I know previous to that, you know, Michelle and Ashley had reached out to, again, a number of other municipalities. You know, kind of looking at the ranges, seems like at 6,000, we're on the lower end of comparable municipalities. And this is also something that, you know, hasn't been raised in the last 4 years. It's been set previous to that. I think it was around 5,000 a year. So, you know, there was a small increase at some point. I think, you know, I looking again to stay equitable to, you know, our folks and make sure that we're encouraging good candidates to run that fairly compensates, you know, for the position. I think we should move up to 8,000. That was originally requested by Danielle. I think she amended that letter at some point, but again, based on what I'm seeing, I think 8,000 is very fair for the position. And, you know, it's a substantial raise from what's current, which I think is, again, recommend, or, you know, makes sense given that salaries have been increasing over the last several years. You know, we've seen a lot of inflation, you know, salaries have gone up.
Yeah, I think it's very important to attract and retain good people. And I think that is 8,000 would be a fair wage considering the size of the borough and the tax base, which is 99.999% actual like residents. So that being said, I'm okay with 8,000 as well.
Go ahead, Greg. Yeah, I don't know, you had any comments?
Yeah, no, I think that, you know, given the information that we received from Michelle and Danielle herself, I think that that's a pretty comparable number for everywhere else, you know, everywhere else around here. And we would fit right in there. I think that would be a fine number.
Okay. And then we have online Deb, and Shirley, I wasn't sure if you guys had any comments regarding that.
Yes, go ahead, Deb, go ahead. This is Shirley. I'll wait for after you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I concur with the rest of them. We do need a competitive salary. And I do believe 8,000 is reasonable for all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I agree, and I looked at both the information sent over from Michelle and the information that was sent over from Danielle, and in doing the comparison with what both of them submitted, I believe that 8,000 puts us right along the mark of being able to come in there and then making the statement not to exceed 8,000.
I agree with Shirley on that as well.
And then the other question would go to our finance committee. How does that put us, at least taking it from where we currently are to going to the 8,000? Can you give me some information on that as well?
I mean, that's not gonna be until 2020.
It's down to 2026, so it doesn't affect this budget.
No, okay, it doesn't affect this one, but we will be
No,
ready to
correct.
put that in for 2026,
2026,
whatever we
correct.
decide. So I would then say not to exceed 8,000.
I had some comments and thoughts. One of them is, if we're gonna be doing it, I do agree with the 8 as well. I didn't know if this had to be part of that of assisting other municipalities, or that is outside of that, if that has to be specifically worded.
This would just purely be Churchill, the Churchill salary. Anything else would have to be
Requested.
by separate resolution.
Perfect, that was gonna be my question.
Good question.
And, yeah,
We did last time, take that off the table, that she no longer wanted to, service the various municipalities.
but I,
It's her, yeah,
but I didn't know if that was attached to the other amount, so
yeah.
I
And
was unsure about
if she left tomorrow, could somebody else come in and, you know, do that?
that. And then.
Before you finish your thought, Val, I'm sorry. Maybe
Go
write
ahead, go ahead.
write your thought down. Gab, is that Gavin? I'm sure I can't see real well over there.
Yes.
When we make the announcement for the posting, that we make sure that we put in exactly what that person will be doing and what our staff will be doing, so that we can show exactly what that position entails.
Yeah, I mean, it is an elected position that's with duties that are set by state law.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
you know, I'm not sure that there's anything beyond that.
We can put on there.
You know, I think when it comes to the practical interaction with borough staff, that's conversations that can be had with whoever is elected the tax collector or re-elected the tax collector. But, you know, the essential duties are are prescribed under the local tax collection law. So we can't really set a job description of our own
Okay,
separate apart from that.
And
Okay.
my thought was, are we able to put exceed on there, or just saying this is the amount?
This is the amount. We need
That's
to
what I thought.
establish firm salary.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, if we were just saying we didn't know we were doing yet, then we'd have
Yeah.
to do the,
Did
yeah.
not exceed, yeah, all right,
So I guess,
let's,
given the discussion, do I need to
Yeah.
revise my motion to set it, or?
No, I mean, we could take that input and we will insert the 8,000 into the blank and still ultimately will need to be approved by a majority of the board next month. Or the majority of council.
I mean, could we do it now, is my question.
You still need to advertise the order.
Got it, okay.
Yeah, so you're authorizing us to advertise, we will insert the 8,000, the 8,000 will be on the table for a vote next month.
Perfect, thank you for
Thank you.
clarifying that. Great,
I don't think you called for the.
all in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Opposed? And you can advertise. And we'll move on to discussion items, and we'll start with, Denny, who is online.
Thank you, Madam President. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Hi, Dan.
Hey, Denny.
So I just had a couple of quick items. We're working on preparing the recommended repairs for the sewer projects for this year. We'll review that with staff and the infrastructure committee before holding the pre-construction meetings and issuing those work orders to the contractors. And then regarding the paving project or paving plan for 2025, likewise, we're working on developing that plan for 2025. We'll review it with staff and the infrastructure committee. The expectation would be to bid that in February and March prior to consideration of award by council. And then lastly, regarding pavement, it was about 3 years ago that we initially ran the pavement management plan. We're due for an update of that review. That was an item that was included within the budget for 2025. So we are looking at re-engaging the pavement management group and rerunning that pavement management plan to get an updated pavement condition index for the municipality. So that's something that will get started up. The expectation is to have results of that sometime this summer that can be used for pavement management plan for future budgeting purposes.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Is that little GIS mapping thing?
Yeah, and that'll have a for each portion of road, there'll be a pavement condition index, an overall rating for the municipality, and then that way we'll be able to establish a prioritized plan
Great,
for paving moving forward in order to get the most bang for your buck.
great, thank you so much.
Problem. Thank you.
Ralph is in here. Chief, would you like to say anything?
No, Madam President.
Ashley?
I would just like to thank Councilmember Matt for going over your number and thanking staff and.
Michelle?
Nothing additional besides that, we have our property safety specialist back.
Hey, what about stuff?
Yay.
What?
Okay.
So you'll see him driving around in the special car that he's utilizing.
Awesome. Mr. Solicitor?
I have nothing to report, Madam President.
Council?
No, I think that we address a lot of things at the workshop meeting. And as we go into this new year, I know that this team, it will make sure that we will continue to work very hard to make sure every dollar goes the right way. And I just want to really thank you to the entire road crew for doing, our roads were fantastic.
Oh my gosh,
When
amazing.
amazing. The second I got to church, I'm like, where am I?
Yeah.
And police, obviously, and our staff, and also fellow council. These guys worked so hard. So thank you so much. And I look forward to working through this next year.
Matt, did you have something?
Yeah, I would just echo, Andrea, I think you said it very well. The one thing I wanted to add is I'm going to be hosting open office hours again, January 30th. 10 to noon, so I'll make sure I announce that again. But anyone that's interested or wants to talk, with council or anything that they'd like to learn more about, I'll be sitting up here, and if anyone else wants to join me, as long as we don't have more than 3 of us, you're welcome to come hang out too.
Is there gonna be snacks there?
Possibly, again, we can have some snacks.
I don't know, snacks, that's all I'm saying, I like snacks.
It's a good idea. There's been not been snacks in the past, but maybe that'll have to change.
Let's add some snacks, yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
Just to echo everything, I don't want to beat a dead horse. Appreciative. This is my first couple months on council, and everyone's been great. The staff, fellow council, it's been a great run so far. I will say, everyone, it's going to be getting bitter cold. Watch your pipes. I've seen quite a few plumbers in the neighborhoods. Yeah, you don't want the pipes to freeze. No one wants water in the basement or anything like that. So just be mindful. Next couple of weeks, they're saying it's going to get down to like single digits overnight. So yeah.
Thank you.
And lastly, on behalf of communications, Deb, our amazing leader of communications, wants to say, I hope you ever got the newsletter. And if you did not get your newsletter, we have them in the borough building. Please feel free to come up and grab one.
Are they, I'm sorry, is it on the website too? Usually post it.
Yeah.
Not yet, okay, so it will be posted on the website as well.
And we're also trying to find, there's another way we can communicate with you better. Please let us know. Give us email addresses, give us how you want to be communicated with, because honestly, we're trying, we're family here, so.
We're small and mighty.
We're small and mighty, and so if there's something we can do more, please let us know. Paul's always getting email addresses. We can do whatever we need to do to make sure that you get the information the way you need it. So that's from communications.
And then also for climate action, Deb is going to have a meeting with Ashley and Michelle and Eric from Connect next week. So they'll be able to develop our 5-year climate action plan.
Okay.
So looking forward to that. That's always a cool meeting.
Yeah, awesome. They did great work. Thank you.
Charlie, did you have anything?
No, I just want to thank Matt for doing the in-house, bringing residents coming in, and that's a good opportunity for us to get email addresses for those that feel that they're not being contacted one way or another. That's a good open door to get their email address, make sure it's clearly written so that we can be able to get in touch with them and keep in touch with them for upcoming events, for those that aren't able to get Savvy Citizen or any other kind of way, or that they miss their newsletter again, they can pick them up at the Borough Building. At that time, when Matt does that monthly presentation, that's a good time to pick up information and get information from us. Thank you, Matt. Good job.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. I'll definitely keep a sign-in list.
Thank you.
I want to say thank you to the road crew I'm echoing it because I think it's so important. I drive downtown every day and I know it's exactly when I'm leaving Churchill's premises because it's not the same. So thank you. I know that you all work really, really hard to ensure the safety of our residents during this weather and all this crazy snow we've been getting. Also, please watch out for your neighbors. We have neighbors that may not be able to shovel the driveway or clean up. Please watch out for them. If they need help, go assist them. I have personally gotten assistance.
There's council members.
Yeah, so please watch out for your neighbors and your friends nearby and help them.
Also, make sure you keep your cars off road parked because it's very hard for them to plow around them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have an ordinance not to park overnight, but however, things
During-
happen, during the day, you can put in, even if your neighbor's driveway, nobody's out, but these guys, they're doing the best they can. It's really hard to go around with a parked car, so, yeah.
But other than that, I have nothing else. Oh, and Mr. Mayor, sorry.
Sorry about that. I have one announcement, actually, many of you may not know, remember Joan Gottlieb, who is a long-term resident of the borough, served on the borough council for a lot of years, very active in the community. Again, she was on the council, served on the environmental committee, was with the Churchill Garden Club, very active at Bull's Bend Park and community commitment around the borough.
Yeah.
Passed away, the other day, age 89. Michelle did send out a little obituary and a little article about Joe. She's actually kind of one of the people responsible for me being here. Many years ago, encouraged me to run for borough council, which I did. And unfortunately, I didn't win that seat, but I stuck with it, became this, became that, and then through the urging of our former councilman Ray Jurowitz, I ended up here as mayor, going on 8, 9 years now.
Wow.
Anyway, so I wanted to say that. Joe was really, to me, a really neat person. She would have his Earth Day tours down at Full Spend Park, walk everybody through there, identifying, what plants were, what you could eat, what you shouldn't. Greg also mentioned, and Andrew about the pets, we did get some positive feedback about, Chief mentioned the other day in his article was in our newsletter about keeping the pets out. It's not just for the sake, it's actually a law. You can't keep your pets out like that. So I wanted to mention that. And that was about it. And the salt, I was down in Salt Pile last week. And what was a huge pile all the way out here is way back there. I know Ralph said they did order more salt.
They did.
I see the bill there.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, how many tons of salt you get for 13 tons?
I don't remember.
But that's it.
We
Thank you.
make a lot of soft freckles.
We had a couple residents reaching out saying that they were seeing coyotes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're back.
So I think this is coyote mating season. So, well, just because they're out, more about. So just keep your eyes open.
Especially for small dogs.
You stay away from them, they'll stay away from you. But I posted a really good link on social media, so if you have any more inquiries or curiosities about coyotes.
Be careful when you let your small pets out.
Yeah.
They're on a chain on.
Yep.
Not good for the pet, good for the guy.
Yeah.
All right, all.
Motion to adjourn?
Second. We're done.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.